Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to Anacosmos webinar series. This is a maiden webinar on leveraging blockchain technology for business sustainability and innovation. Yes. So, without much ado, I want to invite Mr. Emmanuel Achu to take over and then proceed with the business of the day. Mr. Achu.
All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Dukas. I would like to thank everyone for joining to our maiden webinar. We're looking at leveraging blockchain technology for business sustainability and innovation. And we have a wonderful guest. He's been in the field of technology for years, and he's made a lot of strides when it comes to technology. I have with me Mr. Bridget, and he's the founder of the Virtual Infocom and the founder of Coinnovate Ventures, founder of the World Leaders Summit. He's also the strategic advisor to Anacosmos Hub. I'd like to welcome everyone once again. We're going to go straight to our discussion. It's going to be very interactive. And if you have questions, you can put in the chat. Ms. Dorcas will actually take it up. So we'll go straight by welcoming our guest today, Mr. Regent. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the beautiful platform. Good to see a lot of energetic people in the platform.
That's great. That's great. Yes, and we have more joining us. We're also live on Facebook and also on LinkedIn. Yes, so thank you very much. So tell us more about yourself. We've heard a lot about you, the amazing things you do. Good.
Thank you so much. I started back in 1998. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I started India's one of the first game development company called Virtual Infocom. If you remember that time was the time of Yahoo and Internet Explorer. Google didn't exist in this way, the way we are actually watching the technology. And on those times, it was more of Microsoft, and Microsoft used to work on database, used to work on the database. So I'm coming from a era where people used to look at technology as magic. So eventually we grew in a sustainable manner, and right now Virtual Infocom exists in approximate 47 different countries with many number of people working with us. So we work on augmented reality, virtual reality, blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, game development. What we do in game development, we take real actor and actress, we hire them, and then we create a 3D avatar out of it, create a licensable superhero character, and start creating a game title out of it. We have your own game universe. That's how the entire structure started as Virtual Infocom. Eventually in 2008, I felt that I should give back to the community after running the company for 10 years. So I became an angel investor and a mentor. I started guiding the young minds, started guiding the startups to grow, scale up, raise funds. So life became a bit of, you can say, energetic, beautiful. At the same time, many of different kind of opportunities started in the ecosystem. So in 2010, I met a group of angel investors who started investing as a syndicate of angels into startups. Eventually, I tied up with multiple different venture capital funds, private equity players, royal families across the world, and felt that this is the right time that we should scale up and create our own accelerator program. So hence we started Co-Innovate Ventures as a accelerator program. And regarding my details, so I am a external consultant to banks. I am a member to Startup India Award. I am part of multiple different Chamber of Commerce, many of universities in and across the world to help them, guide them on industry perspective, on technologies, on finance. So regarding degrees, if you're asking, I am a graduate in economics, stats, and mathematics. Then I did masters in computer science. I did masters in business administration, finance, couple of more global certifications which I did in my life, which includes cybersecurity as well, and eventually tied up with multiple different government and political organizations in and across the world. My intervention with blockchain started in 2016 when we started executing one project, and that project execution finished in 2017 based in Ukraine. Unfortunately, the sad situation is right now Ukraine is under war, but that time when I traveled in Ukraine, we built an amazing ecosystem for co-working places, wherein somehow the co-founders, 6 of them, they had a vision to make things viable and structured, and we put our hearts and blood to create that. Eventually, I made multiple different blockchain-based solutions. So let me tell you something on basics about blockchain. Blockchain is not about crypto. Yeah. Blockchain is not about crypto. Crypto is one example of blockchain. Blockchain is more about a database wherein the data or the information or the inputs that you give, it is distributed into multiple different computers. And those multiple different computers don't own anything on a particular computer until unless the next computer allows it. The information will not be approved in the system. So the encryption level of blockchain is completely different than any normal database. So if you remember those good old SQL Server days, which I was mentioning, or the Oracle days, database used to be till date. Database is there, which stores data either in a centralized manner or maybe a primary domain controller, or maybe utilizing the backup domain controller. Some people use it as multiple different server. We can call it like blade server or rack server, it doesn't matter. But when you integrate blockchain into it, the entire scenario of database management system becomes more robust and more secure.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing. I wanted to even ask you a question of that. Explain the blockchain to somebody at the lowest level. What is the blockchain technology? Why is it unique? Why must companies and industries and government banks leverage blockchain?
Okay.
What is it about the blockchain?
Beautiful question. I already explained a little bit about blockchain, what it is. But coming back to your question, why governments and banks should use it? Okay, I'll give you a very simple example. Imagine that someone wants to transfer money from their country to another country. Let's take an example. The person name is X, and X wants to deliver money to Y, right? X stays in some Western country and Y stays in some Asian country. So when they transfer money, the situation is, while doing that transaction, they need to go for many of different kind of potential structure. The X person's bank will cross-check Y person's bank whether that exists, and they check it with SWIFT code, they check it with bank name, they check it with account number, they check it with person's number. If everything goes on a verification mode, definitely the transaction usually happens. But when person Y is supposed to get this money in his or her account, Y person's bank will ask the question, why you are getting this money? What is the reason of transaction? Now, this is an interesting situation when you transfer money to, say, a growth stage country. Okay, I'm not saying third world or second world, it doesn't matter. When the country is growing, all of their rules and regulations are not that set. Now imagine that Y person did their consultancy. Now he or she needs to put whether the money is coming for business consultancy or technology consultancy, and if yes, they need to give a proof that, okay, this was my invoice and I did this YZ work. It usually takes 3 working days to verify everything and then get the money.
Okay.
Now, imagine person X transferred with dollar. Person Y is supposed to get this money with their own currency. Now, 3 days earlier, the dollar value was good. 3 days later, now the dollar value became less. So person Y will earn less. So who is responsible?
Okay.
The procedure. The entire process takes 3 working days just to verify, just to accept. But when you do this in blockchain, I'm giving you a real life example, right? When you use it with blockchain, already your encryption level is set. Already you know who is who. Already you understand behind your line, behind your verification process, this person X already exists in your centralized system. And person-wise bank don't need to cross-verify everything again and again by asking this person that whether this money is coming for business consultancy or technology consultancy. They already know this person doing what. So this open transaction gives a flexibility to do the transaction within fraction of seconds, maybe couple of seconds only. They don't need to wait for 3 working days. So person X will not lose trust. Person Y will not lose money. Banks will get money directly into their bank account. Everything becomes smoother. So that is the power of blockchain.
Wow. That's really amazing. That's really amazing. I mean, we know that the blockchain is amazing. It's really a platform that a technology that can transform industries, can transform sectors, and transform businesses. But the challenge is the difference between the blockchain and cryptocurrency. You know, because of the issues around cryptocurrency, though the blockchain technology is good, but a lot of people are not actually leveraging that. Tell us the clear difference between the cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology.
Brilliant question once again. I'm really happy that you are asking very deep ground level questions. Okay. Cryptocurrency is basically one example where you are utilizing this encrypted platform to create a token, create a coin, maybe creating a wallet. Usually we call it as a soft wallet. Now, what is hard wallet? What is soft wallet? Hard wallet is something, I'm just trying to see that if I have that in front of me. Okay. Just imagine that this is one of your hard wallet, right? Where you have your data stored into this. When you plug this in, your information gets verified, you get a transaction. Soft wallet means you are not having these kind of hardware. You have it with a software, meaning you have created a coin on the basis of probably an assumption that there is a demand in the market. I would love to share you something which may not be liked by not many cryptocurrency players in the industry, but the hardcore fact is when you create a coin, you need to connect that with a real world scenario. Example, in initial days when money was introduced in the world, long back, I mean, probably we didn't exist that time, okay? So in that jokes apart, money was actually created so that we can do easy transaction. So it became a form of transaction. That piece of paper have a value because you can exchange with your food, maybe with your phone, maybe you can buy house, maybe you can make something. Same like crypto, you created a coin which is in digital format, smooth, swift, faster, secure, but it is not at all connected with any real life object. When you connect a cryptocurrency with a real life object, example, you have a collaboration with some real estate player saying that, okay, if we create a new coin, utilizing that new coin, we can book maybe 5% of your booking amount, and whoever is booking, they can pay by crypto. That makes sense. So when you create a new coin, when you create a new coin, when you hedge it with real life object like gold, maybe some metal, maybe car, maybe some sustainable energy, that makes sense. Now, this is solo on blockchain. Imagine that Okay, I'll make it very, very simple as a real life example. You have lights in your room, right? You use probably a bulb, you use a CFL, you use a tube light, maybe you use something else. Maybe you are using some fancy lights, but the property of light remains same. You put on electricity, it glows. So that electricity and glow part is your blockchain, which is the base. Now, one of the example is the crypto, wherein probably using that shiny stuff. And you say that utilizing my crypto, you can join my community and exchange utilizing my wallet, use it my own exchange, maybe some different exchange, it doesn't matter. Maybe you can play some games, maybe you can do some kind of trading utilizing my coin itself. But we are unclear why and how the value goes up or the value goes down. Until unless for all the audience, it is connected with a real life scenario, it is going to be very difficult for anybody to sustain in this market. And that's the sole reason using crypto, lot many scams actually happen in the world. And probably that was your question. Yeah. So that's the basic difference. Blockchain is a technology. Crypto is one of the example. This example, if it is connected with real life, it can be with real money, it can be with gold, it can be hedged with any kind of real object. That becomes a sustainable coin, and with that, you can grow like anything. And definitely, the limit is not the sky. Utilizing crypto coins, you can do amazing stuff.
Okay, well, that's amazing. I think that solves it, answers a lot of questions about why people don't want to use the blockchain because of the cryptocurrency and all the issues around it. We know that there are some central banks that are looking into the digital currencies and all that. I mean, it's something that's being discussed across central banks, even in Africa and even in Europe. Yes. My next question is the security of the blockchain. I think you touched briefly on the encryption. How secure is the blockchain?
Well, my friend, nothing is 100% secure in this mortal world. But yeah, I can say that if we compare that with lot many other technologies which is there in the world, blockchain is 98% efficient when we talk about security. The sole reason is it is decentralized. Nobody owns it. Because it is decentralized, hacking is merely impossible. Until unless we ourselves say that, hey, you know what, this is my hot wallet, but I'm giving it to you with all my codes. No one can say that. Or you are using it in a public domain. And I would say it's not the fault of the technology, it's the fault of the user when they use any kind of transaction utilizing any public Wi-Fi. In a public Wi-Fi, it's easily accessible by scammers. So when you do that, please be careful. Now, coming back to directly to the question, whether blockchain is secured or do you have any kind of disadvantage? To be very honest, blockchain is 98% secure till date from the cybersecurity perspective. Until unless the hackers are really, really over smart, it's going to be very difficult to hack that technology. So yes, blockchain is more secure than anything in the world at the moment.
Wow, that's amazing. I hope the whole world will hear that. And I mean, the business owners and the government agencies and all that will understand that it's the most secure platform now in the world. Now, you touch a little bit on the financial sector, banking sector. I would like you to give at least some 3 or 4 use cases in different industries. For instance, there's somebody who have joined who is in the health sector, another in the construction sector. They are different sectors, right?
Sure.
Kindly tell us some of the use cases of the blockchain.
I will share you a couple of our execution that we did. So first example I will give maybe from the oil and gas industry. So we executed a project where we created an ecosystem for the gas stations as an ecosystem. So whoever is coming into that gas station, it is actually as a consumer, you are just driving in, and AI-enabled camera will detect and understand you. It understands the amount that usually you spend into the station. It may happen that you are reading some books.
Okay.
It may happen that maybe you are purchasing some kind of snacks, and it understands you as you. Utilizing blockchain, it goes as a detection method, right? And next time when you come, the automated system will ask you for your suggestion, whether you want to purchase the same thing or you want next thing which is not there in your list. So what happens, utilizing ML, machine learning, it is automatically understanding your taste, your preferences, your choices. So using blockchain, using ML and AI, these kind of projects are right now creating disruption. You wanted me to share something on healthcare. I'll share something on healthcare, which we did as well.
Yeah.
Imagine that there is a chain of hospital, a group of doctors are doing their best to give best service to the world. When you put everything in blockchain, what happens? Your record mechanism goes on a very structured way. So as a doctor, if I am probably doing something in Ghana, and the same thing, the same kind of case probably happened in India, the doctor will understand and know what was the cause, what was the reason, and what kind of medicines that these guys have used earlier. So giving suggestion for them becomes just like this, you know. So from the perspective of hospital management system, when you use such kind of structured blockchain application, it gives you amazing opportunity to learn, understand, and detect and cure people like anything. Not only that, when you trap the records, when you put your records on medicine, your probably alternative medicines, or sometimes you really want to keep your ledgers properly, you want to put your inventory properly, blockchain gives you an automated solution to manage and make things worldwide. So it's not only inside your country. If you want to expand, the same technology can be used in some other country. So that was another example that we did. In education, my friend, we did educational institutions, but we are looking for maybe more universities to come up and open up their arms to have our solution into their ecosystem. Imagine that your results, when you declare that for the students, you are printing it. There might be issues like the roll number is different, but the name is same. Maybe 20 years back, you want to get your certification. Very difficult for a person to cross-check and verify things utilizing database. But when you do that with blockchain, it gives you a secured one single line of code, and that code is more than enough for you to get your certification digitally from anywhere in the world. So you don't need to worry about your certifications being destroyed, or you are moving, or maybe you forget, or maybe you need to cross-check. So every verification can become very structured, smooth, and easy for any educational institute to understand their students even after maybe 30 years or 40 years. So that's the power of blockchain, and that's the kind of example probably I shared already. I can go on. I mean, we did several, but I guess I'll stop here. Already give 3, 4 examples.
Wow. Well, that's amazing. I know that the blockchain is actually transforming a lot of industry sectors, even the construction field and I mean the medical field. There's a lot happening in the blockchain industry now. The other thing is, if you look at how the world is emerging, especially in the area of emerging technologies and all that, what should we expect? What is the relationship between the blockchain technology and other emerging technologies? I mean, now we have the NFTs, we have AI, we have VR, we have augmented reality. We have all these technologies that are coming up. What is the relationship and the connection between the blockchain technology and these emerging technologies? I know we are going to go deeper into that in our next webinar, but just touch a little bit on that for us. Thank you. I know you're an expert in that.
I can take this like anything. This is one of my core, but yeah, I would love to share you something which is a future which I shared probably in 2018 in China, long back. The future is coming is completely interconnected with these kind of deep tech technologies. Example.
Okay.
When you are using virtual reality, you can't think virtual reality solutions integrated with Metaverse without integrating blockchain as a solution. There are a lot of people, I call them maybe early learners, who are claiming that they have a metaverse solution, but it is basically a 2.D solution that they have as a platform. Unfortunately, because we don't, a lot many of us don't know technology, we feel that that's metaverse. That's not metaverse. No way, no chance. Metaverse is something which is completely encrypted, utilizing 3D technology, wherein you can live a life over there. You can interact, you can communicate, you can walk, you can even in future time, probably you will be able to touch and feel. That's the kind of technological innovation that is coming up. Just think of your smartphone. If you are using a smartphone, say I'm holding this. If I'm holding this smartphone and yeah, I'm not sure whether you are, yeah. So when you are utilizing this kind of smartphone, just think that when you are inside a metaverse, you don't need this smartphone. There is a glass. That glass can be a AR glass. That glass can be a VR glass. And you have a connected pressure point oriented gloves in your hand. And when you touch and feel, you can actually understand the texture, maybe texture of a dress. You can probably feel the burger which is there in front of you. So coming back to your question, what I was sharing is the future, but what is being developed in today's time, which I shared probably 5 years back. Your AR glass is connected with your banking system utilizing blockchain technology. So when you are hungry, when you are working out, when you go for a jogging, when you really need to read a book, your AR glass knows everything. If you want to purchase, it's just your execution process. Maybe voice command, maybe blink of your eye. The AR glass will understand and listen to you and execute things, and you really don't need to punch your card. Like I can show you, for an example, if you have a smart card like this smart card, this world are working. But in future, you really don't need to carry. I mean, today's world, we know that you just need to scan a QR code. But in future, you don't need to scan the QR code as well, because your identity is already encrypted. And when you say yes, you want to purchase some kind of product, your glass automatically gives that order to the nearby device. So the next generation of technology which is coming up is the IoT technology, when the machine is talking with another machine, utilizing these kind of AR solution, wherein you have that touch and feel experience, and now you really want to purchase that. So your transaction, your experience, your movement becomes really smooth and amazing. Just think that I want to purchase probably a new spectacle for my eyes. Well, in today's world, there are 3D technology. You can scan your face. The system will detect your face structure. It will give you suggestion. But what if you can wear it utilizing VR? What if you can use it utilizing augmented reality with a holographic projection in front of you, where you can see yourself? It's not that you are watching it in your, maybe in your camera. No, you are watching yourself walking, running, jogging, maybe giving some styles, using those kind of dresses, utilizing AR. Think of Star Trek. Imagine that you are in a Star Trek situation where you can see yourself doing all this kind of stuff, and you can understand, okay, if it is sunny, I will look good or bad. If it is winter, whether I will be looking cool or not. If it is nighttime, is this glass okay for me? So for people who love style, for people who are celebrities, or for models, they can easily understand it without even trying it, going to the shop. So that is the kind of technology that we are talking about, wherein VR plays a vital role of integrating all these kind of activities. In fact, education is going to be disrupted because of metaverse. Utilizing metaverse, utilizing blockchain technology, utilizing AI, in today's world, students can learn things, and the learning mechanism happens from an AI-based teacher. You don't need to, bother for a multiple number of teachers. You can learn it from AI, you can understand it, you can interact, you can communicate, you can go for reactions, you can go for research, utilizing those kind of structure. That's the future we are going towards, my friend.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. And I mean, we're hearing a lot about it, a lot about it. Now, what advice would you give to governments? There's been some regulations on the blockchain now. Most of the governments are trying to regulate the use of it, especially the area of the cryptocurrencies and all that. They're just trying to find a policy framework on how to have control over it. What advice would you give to governments in Africa and even across the world?
You see, cryptocurrency, if you really want to control by the banks, the solo concept of cryptocurrency doesn't actually make any kind of sense. Crypto is always a kind of product which was supposed to create it for the sole purpose of the private consumption and utilization. There are a lot of unbankable people in and across the world. We can't make them bankable, to be very, very honest. Right? For an example, if you want to open a bank account in a third world country, they need a lot of different kind of verification process. But why can't these people make money? If they make money, they need to put that hardcore cash in some bank. There you do your verification, right? The only suggestion which I can give to people or maybe the decision makers, when you try to allow a cryptocurrency, the question from you was basically for crypto, not from blockchain technology, maybe. So I'll answer it in two different folds. One is blockchain as a technology, one is crypto as a product. So if it is a crypto, one need to understand whether this crypto is properly structured, balanced, and connected with some real life product or not. And what kind of real life product that we have? Is it something on gambling? Then the answer is no, you can't just accept that in your country. Gambling is not a cool product to be accepted for people because people may lose a lot of money. But when we talk about something on tangible objects, it can be a gold, it can be even a coffee. Like if you are a country where a lot of coffee you are actually producing, and somebody comes up with a concept that saying that, you know what, I'm going to make a coin which will connect with coffee and people can buy coffee utilizing my cryptocurrency. That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes a lot of sense because your currency, your crypto coin, your token is already connected with your country's production mechanism. So controlling that coin becomes really easy. So there are multiple number of solutions that you can do, but probably I will not go that deep with those kind of rules and regulations. It will take a lot of time for me to explain why a country takes such kind of decision. But in a nutshell, if a coin, if it is new or old, but it is connected with a tangible object and you can verify and connect and control that tangible object, then I guess it is easy for a country to accept a new cryptocurrency and allow people to do trading with it. Eventually, it increases your income in your country. It increases income in your ecosystem. That's what actually happened in Dubai. I mean, if you look at Middle East, Dubai, a lot many crypto companies went there to do their own transaction because the flexibility of the law that is there. Even in a couple of European countries like Malta, you can actually do such kind of activities. In Estonia, you can do such kind of activities because it is well controlled by the government and you cannot do many kind of different structures when it is controlled by the government. Government is always there to help people and that's what they are doing. So I don't feel there is nothing wrong in it. It should be done. It should be well processed. The only suggestion is if it is connected with a tangible object, it is easy for a government to rectify, verify, and make a rule out of it.
Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. Now, thank you very much for that. I believe that it's something that's been considered in the world now, most of the central banks. And I believe, I mean, with advice like this, most of them are seeking advice on how to approach this, right? In the area of business, let's say I'm a business owner and I want to implement blockchain technology. How easy it is? How are they going to implement solution like this? I know we're going to talk about the blockchain services and all that, but that brings us to that. How easy it is in terms of development, in terms of cost, how easy it is to implement the blockchain technology in our work processes.
Good question. Of course, as a business owner, you may think that it is going to be very difficult to implement blockchain technology as technology. Just think that when you integrated any centralized database management system, or maybe you worked with something on inventory management system, it took some time for your company to adopt the new technology, right? If you are a factory, if you are a manufacturing unit, and you use probably a payroll management system, that's a pain for you as well. It is just like the same. When you integrate blockchain technology, it is much more faster, I would say. The only factor is when you integrate that, when you add that in your company, the usual period to integrate, depending on the complexity, it can be done within 10 working days, it can be done within 2 months, it can be done within 30 working days. Completely depends on the complexity that you have. But I can tell you that it is easy to integrate blockchain technology as a solution in your company.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. So as part of our services, Cosmos Hub, and by the strategic leadership of Sir Rajat, we provide that advisory and also technology development in terms of blockchain. So we have companies that would want to implement that, they can get in touch with us and we'll be able to do that. And in terms of cost, it's really good. It's really on the low side. Yes, it depends on the nature of the project as well. We'll go straight into the questions expert. We have people online, and those who have joined us would like to allow them to ask questions. So I would ask Ms. Lucas to coordinate that. If you have a question, please go ahead and ask. If you have a question, kindly unmute yourself and ask, or you can put in the chat. Those who are following online, you could equally share. So we have just 5 minutes to do that. So feel free if you have any question on blockchain technology and implementation, development, whatsoever. Just go ahead and do that.
What I feel, my friend, I'll highly encourage people to probably come up with their questions, and maybe we can together start a basic course on blockchain technology for people to know and understand it better.
Yeah.
And maybe they can create a career out of it, because the demand for blockchain developers are increasing day in and day out. So in your country, if you feel that that is interesting, we'll be more than happy to guide, support, do that.
Exactly, yes. As part of the initiatives we're going to launch, the blockchain technology training, I know there are a number of people that would want to learn that. And we know that is the future now. I mean, that's where we are now. So a lot of people want to learn that. Even those that are already in technology, software development, most of them would want to take up courses like that. So those who are interested should get in touch with us. By the strategic leadership of Sir Rajat, we're going to organize training session for those who want to learn the blockchain technology and understand it better. There's just a webinar to have a fair idea of the blockchain technology and to also understand what it can do for you and how it's transforming businesses globally. All right, so do we have any question? Yeah. All right, so we have a question. One says, thank you for the insight on blockchain. If I have a SaaS POS system, how do I integrate it? So over to you, Sir Regent.
Give me a second. What was the question?
It says, thank you for the insight on blockchain. If I have a SaaS POS system, how do I integrate the blockchain?
Well, it's a process, like it cannot be answered like this. If you have those kind
exactly,
if you have those kind of very common kind of statement, it is very hard for me to explain anything as an answer. But if you have a budget to integrate that, the first step is probably go for a decentralized server mechanism and probably share us about your business process. Depending on your business process, we can give you a solution. So it cannot be answered like this. It's not that common answer that you plug in this, you plug in that, and it happens. So I need a very definite kind of situation. Then only I can answer.
Okay, yeah, that's good. So I think when it comes to the training, the development, and all that, these are things that he would have time to elaborate and to explain how that can be done. And we have a lot of startups, that are into the software development and all that. And most of them would want to go into things like this. So we're going to have a special workshop to educate and to train on how to do this kind of integration. People who are using the Flutter and all that would actually educate on how to do that. All right, so can we take the next question? Someone joined late. Yes, so kindly explain the blockchain. I think we did that. We explained that we're going to send the recording out to those who couldn't join, I think, about the blockchain. There's a lot on the blockchain. These are to tackle some specifics on the blockchain. As we have an expert like a region. So if you want more clarification and more insight on that, we're going to send the recordings over to you and also get you rolling some of the programs we'll be running on blockchain technology. All right, can we take the last question for today? Yes, let's have the last question. Yeah, we're taking the last question for today.
So sorry.
All right, so we have another question for you, Regent. I said from the explanation, it sounds like blockchain is very hardware demanded. What would you say about it?
Yeah, it is.
It's
It is demanding. It is growing day in and day out. Web 3.0 impact is making a lot of disruption in the entire world, and it is going to disrupt for sure. If you really want to be in this industry, the first thing that you should learn as a technology lover, learn Python first. Okay, it's easy to learn, easy to understand. Understand a little bit about Python, understand a little bit about database technology. I would highly recommend you to learn SQL Server rather than Oracle. It will be easy for you to learn and understand the query language, and then come to understand what is blockchain technology as a technology and how you can create solutions out of it. It will be much more easier and flexible for you.
Okay. Yeah, that's really great. Yeah, so I think we're going to have more time to have a webinar, another webinar and a workshop on this. Our next webinar, we're going to look at the connection with the Metaverse, the NFT, the AR, VR. We'll look into that. And I believe that people will learn a lot and will see how to leverage these emerging technologies. All right, so if you don't have any question for now, I think we're going to allow one more question. If not, we're going to end for now. Then Sir Richard is going to give his final remarks on this, the blockchain technology, and his final words on that. All right, just a minute. If you have any question, please go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I believe that I will end here. It's like almost an hour I am here. So thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much for those beautiful questions. And it was well thought about how to create a webinar for people who are the first comers in the blockchain technology as a technology. It's a bit of, I wouldn't say that it is really, really complicated technology, but it's a bit of, you can say it needs a little bit of knowledge on programming and understanding the web technology, how it works, and how the database management system works to understand the blockchain technology as a technology. One of the sweet example is NFT, the non-fungible tokens, wherein you can create probably a art, maybe a music. It can be multiplied by maybe 3,000 as a figure. For an example, we created multiple number of superhero characters. Those are 3D characters. And when you replicate them for maybe 3,000, 5,000 as a replication model, it gives you an opportunity to sell. It gives you opportunity to earn money. It gives you opportunity into lot many different kind of articles altogether. So blockchain is, in today's world, blockchain is well connected with lot many different other technology. You cannot separate one technology with another technology, to be very honest. When you start on virtual reality, you cannot just ignore augmented reality. When you connect on augmented reality, you cannot just ignore the metaverse. When you go on metaverse, you cannot ignore blockchain. When you use blockchain, you cannot ignore artificial intelligence. And when you talk about artificial intelligence, we cannot ignore machine learning. So these all technologies are correlated with each other, hand in hand, going like brothers and sisters. So I feel that it was a good session for all of you. And if you feel that there is something which we can do, which you feel that we can probably teach you guys, I'm there as an advisor for the entire ecosystem. So we'll be more than happy to take things forward, and maybe we can do something good and cool together.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you very much, Mr. Matakaya. I hope I got it right. Yes, exactly. So thank you all for joining. I know it was just a brief session. We just want to educate ourselves on the blockchain technology. I know a lot of people want to learn about the blockchain technology. We're going to have another special webinar with Mr. Matakaya, Richard, and to understand the emerging technology. He's an expert advisor to government, businesses, and all that. And we even have a conference, the World Leaders Conference. It's coming on in December. That's going to be amazing, right? And he's the founder of that, right? So thank you all for joining. If you have any question, get in touch with us, Ms. Dorcas. We have our team as well. Get in touch with those following us online. Just get in touch with us, and let's take you through our blockchain technology services. We have 3 aspects of it. Number 1 is the development of the blockchain technology, which we have experts like Regis, and we also have the aspect of the blockchain training. So those who want to join to understand the blockchain technology and how they can leverage that for their business, you can also get in touch with us. Then finally, I mean, any aspect of blockchain you want to explore. Currently, there's a solution called the tokenization, the blockchain tokenization platform. It also helps to fractionally own properties, especially those in the estate, right? Those into the real estate and also construction industry and all that. They can leverage that. So there are amazing use cases that we can share with you. I'd like to thank you all for joining this session, and thank you so much, Rajat Batakai, for your time. I know that it's late in time, but you made time for this webinar. We want to thank you so much, and thanks to our team as well, and those who followed us. And we have a number of people who are now about to join, but we're done for the session today. We're going to share the recordings with you. Just share your email address with us, and would be awesome. Thank you all for your time. We'll meet again. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right then. All right.